Good afternoon, fellow herbalists, outdoor adventurists. Thank you for joining me on another herbal expedition. Been so excited to share a certain mushroom with you. It's called a cryptic globe fungus. And as you can see, it's on the outer bark of this fir tree. This type of fungus helps decompose the rotting tree, and it only grows on totally dead trees. And if you were to look up, you'd see that all the branches are totally dead. This is a type of shelf mushroom or shelf fungus, similar to like reishi, but with different medicinal properties, and it helps decompose the rotting conifers. It only grows on conifers, and more specifically a northwest type conifer. It's a veiled polypore, meaning the outside composes a shell that pine beetles burrow into, and when they burrow into it, it unleashes its spores covering the beetle, which then goes and infests other trees, boring into the bark and causing that fungus to propagate on other trees and help decompose them. I'm going to remove one from the tree so you can see it a little bit closer. As you can see, it's very firm texture. These are pretty small on this tree, and it looks kind of like a puffball, but the puffballs don't really grow on the tree bark, and it's a lot harder on the outside. Also underneath, you can see this little hole right here. That's where an insect has bored into it, and it looks like a beetle or something is in there munching right now. Now this doesn't have pores like a traditional mushroom to release the spores. It counts on insects, beetles specifically, and these little larvae to infiltrate that shell and then release the pores upon it. It's pretty inedible, not palatable for us, so I wouldn't recommend eating it, nor is it really in an edible sense as I would consider most of the herbs that I teach. However, you can extract the medicinal components of this. Some of these harder mushrooms, fungus, take a double extraction method, so you'd want to soak this in alcohol, probably 80 proof to 100 proof, which is 40 to 50% alcohol, and you do that for about 6 weeks, and then you would take that mushroom out of the alcohol, reserving the alcohol on the side. Then you would take and boil it and make a decoction out of this. So you would boil it for 20 or 30 minutes, rendering it down to about half its original water content. You can strain out the mushroom, squeeze most of that medicinal water that you've created out of the mushroom, dispose of the mushroom, and then add your water back into your original alcohol tincture. Now, as long as it's about a 3-to-1 alcohol to decoction or your water ratio, it should stay good pretty much indefinitely. As far as medicinal properties, the NIH has attributed anti-cancer, antioxidant properties to it, and it also regulates your immune system. So if you have autoimmune disorders, it can help regulate your cell response to stresses and attacks upon itself. Now, none of this has been approved by the FDA for me to relay to you, so just keep that for your own use. But they are finding a lot of research pointing towards how it can be an anti-cancer agent. And that's mostly in a petri dish, not inside the human body yet, but there are tests that are undergoing right now. Personally, I would use this remedy, and I'll probably set up that double extraction method with both the alcoholic tincture and the decoction, and I can show you how you can make that into a medicine and also partake of it. But thank you for joining me on another herbal expedition. Always remember to follow the trail to good health. Join me for more content. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.